You didn't get accepted into your dream BFA musical theater program. What do you do now? Let me walk you through two sides of this conversation in this moment. One is going to be the emotional side that we have to hold space for. And then the most important part is the practical side. I'm going to give you 3 options to brainstorm so you can decide what is the next step for you, even though you didn't get into your dream BFA musical theater program. It's okay. We're going to navigate this together. Let's do it. Can we hold space for a second for the emotional side of this? Acknowledge it sucks. It does. Absolutely 100%. It sucks. It's making you feel unworthy. It's making you feel not validated. This is your first time that you feel like someone is saying to you, you are not good enough to be in this industry. And you feel like your soul is crushing, and you feel like now your life is over. Maybe you're even thinking about quitting musical theater. Please, 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 please stick with me. Listen through this. You cannot control what people offer you in this career. This is the first time you're probably experiencing this on a professional adult level because you're 17, 18, 19, and you thought this is the first big step for you. And you got rejected, right? Can I ask a favor? Can we shift our mindset from the word rejected to you just didn't get accepted? Please. Please stop with the lists of accepted, rejected. If you do, it's going to be a long career ahead of you. Let me give you an exact example of how this is going to show up in your life and your career later on, because I know, because I've been doing this my entire life in this industry. As both a performer and as an educator, I worked in musical theater as a professor for almost a decade. And now I coach people through these types of parts of their career. And so can I offer a mindset shift for you here? Every single audition you're going to do, if you don't get a no, which is going to be like 99.9% of them, if you look at that as a list of rejections, your emotional and mental health is never going to be at a good level. I don't care how much therapy you take, which you should have therapy, but it's not going to be at a good level. That's something that we have to navigate every single day that nobody else in this world has to navigate as a career. It is wild. Sometimes I even ask myself, what am I doing with my life? But this is what I want to do. This is what I've always done with my life. So it is not that you were rejected. It's just you didn't get accepted. Okay. If you want to think of this as a failure, that you did all the work and you submitted and you didn't fail, I would not encourage that. But if that's how you're vibing with this moment, then the next thought would be, okay, you failed really hard. You put a lot of time, energy, effort, and probably money into this. What can you learn from this moment? That is the emotional side of this. Because if you let yourself spiral and get down a rabbit's hole and say, I didn't get into BFA, it's BFA or die, what am I going to do? Then you're going to set yourself up in this exact moment right now to not move forward in your career because a group of professors just didn't give you an offer. You're going to have this happen to you over and over and over again. And you can't control why you didn't get accepted. You can't control that. It could be something completely random that, you identify as a woman and they had, too many women already in the program and they wanted to diversify that. You just don't know. There's no way. It doesn't mean you're not talented. It just means they didn't give you an offer. That's how we look at ourselves in this career. So this is your first time navigating that, and it's a hard one. I hear you on this, trust me. But your life will not be over if you do not go to a big BFA and it's your dream school and you don't get in. It's just 4 years of your life. And you have many, 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 many more years of your life to go. All right. So let's hold space for that. Let's acknowledge it sucks. It's terrible. All the emotions that you feel are valid. Okay. Hold space for that. And then now let's move on to the practical side. Here are 3 options that I want you to really think about. Starting off with the main overarching umbrella idea that how you navigate this next part of your career is going to be unique to you. Completely you, nobody else. Please do not get caught up in the rabbit's hole and spiral of so-and-so says I have to go to a BFA. So-and-so says I have to get a degree. So-and-so says, I should go and just train with all the Broadway people. You can't listen to the noise that's on social media and online, because I know you sure. Okay, I know. Back in my day, we didn't even have that option, so we didn't even know. But now we do. And it's hard and hurtful. So let's just start out with saying we have to figure out what's right for you. And there are some questions I want you to ask yourself and some brainstorming I really want you to do. All right? Option number 1, did you get accepted to any other programs that would be an opportunity that would still be valuable to you? Valuable to you, both as an artist and as a human being. If you are dead set on only going to that BFA program on the East Coast for whatever reason, and you don't have any other options, okay, then this may be a no. But did you get an offer, or did you get accepted even academically to any BA programs or any BM programs? I have a BM in musical theater. So really it's about you now shifting your mindset and saying, okay, I didn't get my BFA. What other options did I get? And are they going to work for me? And it's okay if the answer is no. But you need to make that decision clearly and with the mindset of, is it going to get me to the next level of my career? Which right now is training. Is it going to bridge that gap? Okay. So what else did you get accepted to, whether it's just academically? And are there any other offers you got? Did you get any other offers like, BFAs in acting, or accepted into the BA drama program and you could still be a part of the musicals? What else did you get accepted for? And then do those meet your goals? Do any of them meet your goals? Which is, maybe it's a liberal arts college because that's important to you. You want to do fraternity, sorority, or have football, have a normal college life. Or is it a conservatory? It's training specifically in what you want. You have to go down your list that hopefully you made to now make a decision on what is going to be the next best option for me. Let me be honest with you, you're going to do this a lot in your career. So this is great practice, okay? So what's the next option? That's option number 1, step number 1. What other offers do you have? What other options do you have right now that you've been accepted to that will work for you? Financially, emotionally, the training that you want, and the life that you want for the next 4 years. Next option number 2 is there or are there any other programs out there that are going to give you the training that maybe are not college programs? So I'm talking about certificate programs. I'm talking about programs that are going to give you the training that you want, that still have some type of format and discipline to them. Typically, these are 1, maybe 2, I don't know of any 3-year ones right now, but that you won't get a degree when you finish, but that you're going to get training from. Okay. And there's no bias in any of this conversation. I am just giving you the information that's out there. So this is without any favoritism from me on my end. So this is option 2. Are there any other programs out there that give you the training that you need that will be helpful to you? Do you want to train in New York City because you want that life? Do you want to train somewhere else in LA and they have, a 2-year program and it's maybe through a studio, or somebody else has created it for whatever reason, and it's still a program that is either 1, in person, because you're getting training, singing, dancing, acting, whatever the things may be, okay? Or is there a program that you can do either with or in tandem or separate that is online that's going to give you the training that you need? But you have to decide, are there any other training programs out there that are beneficial to you, that offer you what you need, that you financially feel is going to work, that is going to be in the space that you want, that's going to give you the community you want, and not give you what you don't need, right? If you're not someone that wants to take general electives and you don't want to go to a liberal arts and you didn't get into a BFA, then maybe your next option is taking training programs that are kind of set up for you in a way that's similar to kind of college. So you're bridging that gap from being 17, 18, 19 into, your early 20s. And this time is hard because you're either leaving home, or you're trying to get out of home, or you're wanting to go to New York or LA or wherever it may be in the world, and you don't want to do it really alone. That's hard. Coming straight out of high school and really being in this kind of probably more than likely bubble of a place you've been in your entire life so far. It's all you know. Trust me, I hear you on this. I grew up in Oklahoma. And I did go to my undergrad program in Oklahoma. And then I left. I was like, nothing's here I can't do what I want to do here at all. I have to go to New York City. And I literally left with like, what's the song? $2, $3, 2 bags. When I did that. Like literally just did it. Now this was post 2020. It is very different now. You can do so many things from home. You can start submitting from home if you're not going to go into a 4-year to make that shift. But again, you have to navigate and ask yourself, is a degree really important to me? Okay. And again, I'm not giving you any personal bias in conversation. Like I only do that in one-on-ones after I get to know you and see what your goals are. But if you don't want a degree, then there are other options like 2-year programs or 1-year programs or just training in a way that you're getting what you need to move forward in your career. Option number 3 is, do you need the space to take a full gap year and come back in the next year and resubmit? Now, you can kind of do option 2 and option 3 with the gap year at the same time. You could, find a year-long training program and also take kind of that gap year just to train, just to take class. You could also, for this third option for a gap year, you could take a gap year and just say, I'm just going to go to New York City. Because really, you can go to LA, but if you are a dancer, yeah, sure, LA, and you want to do more commercial dance. But if we're talking musical theater, it's so shifted now to New York City. That's where you would want to go if you're moving. If you're taking a gap year and you're wanting to test out the industry and then maybe reapply next year, or you do want to reapply for next year and really go to that BFA, then take the next year, take classes wherever you are, save money, and then work with someone that's going to help you navigate the business. And honestly, that's what I do, is help navigate the business of auditioning, submitting, and just start doing the thing. Like literally, and see what happens. Just start doing the thing. That's your third option. You can take community college classes. You can take dance classes. You can take singing classes. That gap year can be filled with just doing the thing and seeing what happens. Or that gap year can be to explore something that's different for you, that you feel called to do. And that may be traveling, or that may be taking a break because you've been in school every single year. That really has to be a question you have to ask for yourself. Taking a gap year doesn't mean you're giving up on anything. It just means that you're hitting the pause button so that you can really get focused on the next step. Only you can answer that question, right? Only you can. No one else can. And I know what you're thinking right now, especially if you're a parent watching this. You're thinking, well, what if, I don't get a degree? What am I going to do? Am I going to, make enough money? There is no way to know what the best step is, because there is no best step. The biggest impression and the biggest advice that I can make for you right now, without having a conversation with you one-on-one to really hash this out and talk through it and to hear what you want, to guide and advise, the best advice I can give you is to sit down and have a long conversation of, what does your life look like in the next couple of years if you don't go to college? That's the big question. What do you want to be doing? Or will you regret on the opportunities missed out to have that experience, 4 years at a college program, to have the degree to use in your life because you think it's going to be valuable, and the community that you're going to have and the experiences that you have in a 4-year program? That only something that you can decide. And there is no right or wrong answer. So those are your 3 options. If you, I hope this was helpful for you, but please just understand that there are options. Your life is not over. It is not BFA or die. You will find your way no matter what decision you make. Cheers.